did the most entitled person you've ever met get completely owned? My neighbor Jessica ran our neighborhood like she was the freaking CEO of everything. She'd write people up for having Christmas lights past January 1st, banned kids from riding bikes on sidewalks, and once called the cops on Mrs. Chen for having too many wind chimes. I swear this woman counted them. She didn't follow her own rules though. Her house had plastic flamingos covering every inch of her front yard, which she specifically banned for everyone else. She parked her giant SUV across 2 parking spots every single day, and had this ugly fountain that ran 24/7 making noise that kept babies awake. When people complained, she'd pull out this thick binder of neighborhood rules and flip through it saying stuff like, well, section 4.2 clearly states that my situation is different, or I'm exempt because I'm the HOA president. It was total garbage. Then she decided to mess with my friend Rachel. Rachel had just moved in with her husband and twin boys who were maybe 6 years old. Super quiet family. Rachel always said hi when she walked by and even brought homemade cookies to welcome herself to the neighborhood. Really sweet person. But Jessica decided Rachel was too common for our supposedly fancy neighborhood. First, she fined Rachel $50 for having a tiny garden gnome next to her flowers. Then another fine for having window tint that was allegedly too dark. Finally, she filed this formal complaint saying Rachel's kids made too much noise playing outside at 3 in the afternoon on weekends. Here's the thing though, Rachel wasn't just some random mom. She was a real estate lawyer who worked from home. While Jessica was busy being a total nightmare, Rachel was quietly pulling all the HOA financial records. Turns out, Jessica had been using community money to upgrade her own backyard. New landscaping, a fancy grill, weekly pool cleaning, even a hot tub installation. All of it labeled as community beautification projects in the books. Rachel kept digging and found something even better. The HOA was supposed to be registered as a nonprofit, but Jessica never renewed the tax status 3 years ago. That made every single fine she'd ever given out legally worthless. Plus, the actual neighborhood rules had expired and were never properly renewed either. So Rachel printed everything out, organized it into folders, and requested an emergency town hall meeting. She invited everyone in the neighborhood and made sure to mention there would be important financial information discussed. The night of the meeting, Rachel stood up with her stack of papers and started reading off Jessica's illegal expenses. Landscaping for Jessica's yard, $800. Pool equipment for Jessica's house, $1,200. Patio furniture for Jessica's deck, $600. Jessica tried to interrupt, but Rachel shut her down immediately. According to Section 12B of the original charter, board members under ethics review aren't allowed to speak during proceedings. Then Rachel explained how none of the fines were legal anyway, since the HOA wasn't properly registered. She had calculated that Jessica owed the neighborhood over $15,000 in refunds for bogus fines, plus interest. Jessica's face went bright red. She started yelling about how Rachel was a troublemaker and didn't understand how things worked around here. Big mistake. Rachel pulled out her phone and played a recording of Jessica from the week before telling another neighbor, "These people need to learn their place. I decide what's acceptable in this neighborhood." The whole room went dead silent. Then Mr. Williams, who lived 2 houses down, stood up and started clapping. Pretty soon, everyone was clapping except Jessica, who was just standing there looking like she wanted to disappear. 2 weeks later, Jessica was voted out as HOA president. The new board demanded she pay back all the money she'd stolen. When she couldn't come up with 15 grand, she had to put her house up for sale. The plastic flamingos were gone by the next morning. Rachel's garden gnome is still sitting pretty in her flower bed.